It may be February, but it's still Christmas card season here in the basement. We've got a bunch of them to open up. I assume that's what these are, so let's get started.
S. Ventrella in Chesterville, Ontario.
This is from Therese in Australia. We've got Merry Christmas Basement Dwellers. Love Therese, Imogen, and Andon.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
I've been a viewer since Vsauce mentioned you in a video in your first season, I believe. I've intended to write ever since, but only gotten around to it now. Your show has been majorly influential in fostering my love of movies and a way of talking about them intelligently. That's my goal with this show. I say this because I am now in my final semester of college for film and TV production, and I want to thank you both for whatever small or large part you may have played in my life heading this direction. Thank you for adding only good things to shape me to be who I am. Happy holidays to you and your family, Sabrina. Thank you, Sabrina. That means so much to me.
We always try to stick to the four main food groups. Candy, candy canes, candy corns, and syrup.
Okay, I found the button. This is from Tyler. A little bit of Will Ferrell, Christmas cheer. It's supposed to fold out. I can't figure out how to do it.
Someone need a hug. Ow! Son of a nutcracker!
Thank you, Tyler. He also has a little letter here. I hope you have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year 2023. Have you seen the new Avatar movie? I saw it with my brother Steve. The movie is amazing. I haven't seen Avatar yet. I'm not sure I will.
I haven't seen it yet either. I haven't seen the first one. I don't have 6 hours of my life these days. Nice simple card from Carrie and Watson. May your days be brighter than ever.
This is from Sweden. Godjul from Tobias. What Christmas movie would you put someone in a cinematic immersion tank with which to make them love Christmas, and which one would you choose to make them hate Christmas? Ho, ho, ho!
Left-handed, while my other hand occupied.
That's a thinker.
Well, I'm pretty certain that the one I'd make them hate Christmas with would be Jingle All the Way.
Jingle All the Way, yes.
Which I will resent for the rest of my life. I'm trying to think of something, It's a Wonderful Life is the obvious choice, but you only need to see that once to realize the joy of Christmas. Maybe twice.
Christmas Carol, watching it for 5 days in a row might make you hate Christmas.
8 Crazy Nights. Adam Sandler. Oh, look at this. A little blast from this last year's past. Made it, Ma, top of the world.
Top of the tree.
Oh, you made it, Ma, top of the tree. Wishing you warm holiday greetings and a Happy New Year and a great Season 12. David Ho. May all your heats and Christmases be white.
When you go to our website at welcometothebasementshow.com, you can see our entire back catalog of episodes. All 200 and some of them. And there are PayPal donation buttons that you can click on to make a one-time or monthly rolling donation to support our show. I will now support a short list of some of our monthly donors. Amy, Linnea, Rachel, John, Ruben, Mark, Kendall, Benjamin, Tabitha, Jenny, Robert, Jawaka Records and Things, Andrew, TJ, Vincent, Corey, Sarah, Stephen, Clayton, Vance, Daniel, Krista, Danielle, and Allison. The rest of our donors later in the show.
And thank you.
And now viewer questions. Dylan Pem. Matt, what are some good resources to find pre-war recorded music? I'm having a hard time finding some of those weird home recordings you talked about a while ago. Well, they weren't home recordings, they were studio recordings. There are some online resources that I've heard about. I don't use them, so I can't tell you what they are, but I will tell you some of the record labels that I like that are doing some really great compilations of pre-war blues and folk blues and all kinds of stuff like that. Labels such as Yazoo, Document, Dust to Digital, Tompkins Square. Third Man has released some really great reissues, particularly, the complete recordings of Charlie Patton and the Mississippi Sheiks. And I believe those are Document recordings from the Document archive. And then there are a couple of defunct labels. Old Hat, which is Joe Bussard's old label. Joe, I believe, just passed away last year. This legendary recorder guy. He did a really great compilation of old minstrel songs. And then he did some selections from his personal collection. Those are two really great compilations. And then there's John Fahey's long defunct Revenant label, which has some really fascinating stuff. In particular, Volume 4 from the Harry Smith Anthology of American Folk Music, which I think Smith created but never released it. I'm not sure of the exact story about it.
Or you can go to YouTube and put pre-World War II recordings.
Yeah, you can do that.
I don't have my list of questions, which I left in the car, but I do recall a question that Sean Henry sent to us last year in postcard form that we didn't have an answer for. He talked about how a character in The Godfather, Don Barzini, I believe it is played by an old-time crime movie actor. So it's kind of like, oh, he finally made it to Don, and so it's finally, it's kind of Coppola's way of winking at a character and an actor.
Is it Richard Conte?
Richard Conte, that's right. I did just see a movie recently called The Fabelmans. I will not give away who is cast as what, but it is something amazing when arguably the greatest director in the world hires arguably the greatest director in the world to play arguably the greatest director in the world.
Does that make you feel good, Craig, because it's a baby?
It's this part? No, this is the nightmare.
You mean you never even had a slinky?
When I was a child, I only played with mold, spores, and funguses.
You and your co-defendants took it upon yourselves to dig a very big hole in the middle of First Avenue.
Well, there's so many holes in First Avenue, we really didn't think anyone would notice.
New Yorkers love First Avenue
Please
humor.
remember you're under oath.
Only one lock? What New York is he in? Oswego?
Yeah, Dana's just come over to my place.
I thought maybe I'd get lucky, but she brought that stupid baby with her.
You think there's a connection between this Vigo character and the...
Actor who portrays him.
So it might be a good idea to go to the museum in the morning, get a look at that painting.
It's always a good idea, Egon, to go to museums and look at paintings because it enriches one's life and soul.
Also known as Vigo the Cruel, Vigo the Torturer, Vigo the Despised, and Vigo the Unholy.
And Viggo the Mortensen.
Did he call?
Did he? P. Diddy? He called? Wow.
How's Oscar?
He's not even famous yet.
Testing, 1, 2, testing. Hey, how many of you people here tonight are a national monument? Would you raise your hand, please?
Star Wars! Nothing but Star Wars!
Beautiful.
Why is it that in the middle of the movie, Dan Aykroyd decided, my character smokes cigars now?
He smokes cigarettes in the first one.
That didn't happen until the middle of the movie. Let's open some packages. This is from Carrie Mathias.
Hey, her! From earlier in the show.
Maybe it's from Winston, too. This looks like a bumper sticker. It says, Michael Shannon Fan Club. Look at that.
I don't know who sent this yet.
It is David from Ogden, Utah. He's written on the side.
It's Jorge from Ogden, Utah.
Oh, did I say David?
Yeah.
I meant Jorge.
We've all made this mistake many times. It's me, Jorge.
Yeah.
In case you thought it was David. Again, and I'll make this quick. Here are some more movies and a movie soundtrack. I also have a question for you two to answer. Have you two, after watching a movie, thought to yourselves, that was a good movie, but after some time passed and you think about that movie again and concluded that it wasn't a good movie, enjoy the movies, the CD, and if you're reading this in 2023, have a happy new year. We will. Thank you. I liked the It movies until I thought about them later.
It happened to me with Ghostbusters, too. I got to the end of that, and I thought, yeah, I had fun. That was, well, there was that part. No, that part was pretty bad, too.
Yeah.
No, actually, it wasn't very good.
There was long stretches where I thought this is a great Ghostbusters sequel.
Yeah.
And then there'd be the next scene and the scene before it.
Yeah.
Paradise Hills, which has Emma Roberts, not looking like Emma Roberts. I don't know what movie this is about, but it's about women dressed in white, and they look imposing. The Eternals. I've been meaning to get around to seeing this. Quigley Down Under, the movie that wasn't Indiana Jones. Just like Tom Selleck wasn't Indiana Jones. You want a fantastic movie? How about one about a fox? Fantastic Mr. Fox. Do you want a movie about hockey? Do you believe in miracles? The story of the 1980 U.S. hockey team. 45-year anniversary Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Wow.
And a movie that I think should be required viewing for every single American, Summer of Soul.
Oh, that's great.
This is an amazing
I bet
movie.
that's got that behind the scenes stuff that I wanted out of Summer of Soul. Like I wanted to know more about the how the project came about.
Audio commentary, soul searching in Harlem then and now.
And then we have the soundtrack to the movie The Mask. I used to have the soundtrack to The Mask, but it looks like this is the score.
Oh.
I had just the songs.
Yeah.
Which are actually a lot of fun.
Yeah, a lot of great swing songs in that
Yeah.
movie. Something special about that?
What?
You're dressed as the color of that CD. See, What? You have Jim Carrey popping out of your chest? What now, my love?
We get all kinds of stuff in our P.O. Box. A lot of them are records, and when I get them, I listen to them. And so I've got three to talk about today. First of all, we've got J Church, Cat Food. There it is. This is like pop-tinged punk power music. Not always my cup of tea. This is pretty fun. Right there. And then we've got Formlessness from the good folks at The World is a Beautiful Place and I Am No Longer Afraid to Die. Formlessness. This was an EP that was made in 2010 and then they re-recorded it in 2016. So you got both recordings on here. Interesting stuff. And then there's Radio Clash from The Clash. Now, I am familiar with this song because when I was a teenager, I bought a cassette box set called The Story of The Clash. I believe it was 2, maybe 3 cassettes, a selection of their music. And it had a lot of their hard-to-find singles and non-album tracks, stuff like Armageddon Time and Bank Robber and This Is Radio Clash, which those are some of my favorites of The Clash. And when I started collecting their albums, I was always looking for these songs. I could never find them. There's like 4 different versions of the song on here. They're all really different from each other. And The Clash really did some interesting stuff with merging punk with dub reggae. Also merging punk with disco, merging punk with pop, merging punk with hip-hop.
Merging punk with music. There were so many bands that relied on just 2 chords. How intricate can we make this if we want to? Not every single song.
Well, and also, what's the identity of our band? Like, our identity is not punks. It's not punk rock. It's not trying to sound like the punk scene of England, or it's not trying to sound like the CBGB's punk scene. You know, what is our band? What are we trying to say? Who are we?
Yeah.
A lot of bands of that era, of that genre, don't have that kind of introspection.
Hey, you know what? I bet we have more donors. And here they are. Eden, Ryan, Jeremy, Bridget, Austin, Jared, Liam, Elizabeth, Victor, Luke, Grant, Neil, Scott, Grace, Samuel, William, Brian, Brandon, The Factory Boys, and Jeffrey. Thank you.
We've got 2 more packages.
Heavy one, you mean? Oh, best of luck, Matt.
Jesus. You knocked over Ray Parker Jr.
It was a lot heavier than I thought it was going to be.
I believe this is from Peter.
Peter
from Seattle, I think. Oh, boy. I think this is a big box of chocolate.
Uh-oh.
This is from Theo Chocolate. We've got the holiday collection.
I've toured Theo Chocolates, their factory. It's not like how it is in Willy Wonka, but it's still amazing, and everything smells like chocolate.
We've got like a year's supply of it in here.
A 4-day supply of it.
Look at all this chocolate.
Yo, if it has
All of this
has their spicy chocolate, that one I'm taking.
Craig, would you like to go on a chocolate adventure? Yeah. I'd like to go on it with you. This is amazing. All of the chocolate, Craig. Drinking chocolate. Dark chocolate.
Yeah.
Holy moly. I can't believe it. Some Seattle chocolate treats for you from Peter Gray. Seattle. Thanks, Peter.
But this is an outrage.
Oh, that's Death from Above 1970 something. I know that band.
Outrageous now. Damn straight it is.
I've heard that band. I want to hear more. Oh my god. Big Daddy
there's more?
Marshmallow 3-pack. This is the chocolate adventure, Craig. Peanut butter jelly cups. So much chocolate, Craig.
So much chocolate.
Good night.